Oh, I love the going live. We're live right now for almost certainly live right now. But it just, yeah. Anyway, welcome back to Harbour Unboxed. We are doing a live stream if you hadn't noticed. Surprise, surprise. And we have the lovely Jared of JarrodsTech with us.
Hey.
Say hello to the people. You just did. He's so fast. Yeah, Jared is a YouTuber. For those of you who don't know, I suspect most of you have heard of Jared, watched his content. He primarily focuses on mobile laptop type stuff, but you dabble in CPU, GPU content from time to time.
Yeah.
But basically, you built yourself an editing PC for all your work many moons ago now. Threadripper 1950X?
Yeah, 2017 back when it came out.
Right, so that was a bit of a game changer, that CPU for content creation, but had its flaws. The original Threadripper wasn't great, and you had memory-related problems with yours, didn't you?
Yeah, there are a few problems. Like, I could only run the memory at DDR4 2133 for it to be stable. In the end, I had to end up running with half of the cores off, so it was basically an 8-core instead of 16.
So it was a Ryzen 7 1700 or 1800X or 1700X with base speed memory.
Yeah, basically.
Ooh.
And just other random stuff like the 10 gig network card that came with the motherboard just died, and it all added up over time. So
because Jared mostly does laptop content, he doesn't get loads of PC hardware for benchmarking and testing, so he can't just whip himself together a PC easily. So anyway, basically you've been editing on a laptop most recently.
Yeah, which has actually been better than the Threadripper PC, which tells you all you need to know.
Modern laptops aren't too bad. The new CPUs, IPC improvements and all that, faster memory. But anyway, I promised Jared, I don't even know when. Was it? We had a conversation. I'm like, you should definitely come on the channel because Jared lives about 8 hours away.
Yeah.
About 8 hours away. So he can't really just pop over. So we drove over. He stayed last night. He'll be staying here tonight. And we're doing a live stream build. Anyway, I should probably just stop waffling about this and we'll get on with it. And we'll answer your questions and stuff like that and chat. And it's just a casual build, hang out, have some fun. The PC we're building is, well, it's a really good PC. It's similar to other PCs we've built. None of the hardware is particularly new, like newly released. We've got a 13900K, obviously a really good CPU, RTX 4080, good GPU, good quality, power supply, memory, the whole lot. So yeah, we'll get into it. But like I said, we'll be checking out chat. We've got Balin over there as well, monitoring things, making sure the stream doesn't die. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And yeah, well, where do we... I guess we'll start with the motherboard. And Jared sort of knows how to build a computer. Well, you know how to build a computer, but you're a bit rusty. You don't do it that often, do you? How many would you do a year? A couple of test systems?
It depends on what's launching, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, I might just set up one system a year. So my current test PC is currently set up for 13th gen, but I haven't changed that since, like, that came out.
So I'd say you build PCs more like a typical person. Maybe a little bit more regular, but not like one a week.
No.
Yeah.
Not that frequent.
Because we usually start a new test system. I don't know, we do a couple of them every year, and then I'm pulling apart and doing motherboard testing and stuff like on a regular basis, because that's what we do at the channel.
Yeah, I've seen them. The people can't see them, but there's like cases lining the walls.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've got like, I don't know, well over a dozen test systems. I'm not sure how many. You picked that up? That's such a heavy motherboard. I've picked it up before, but
That is quite heavy.
Yeah, I didn't really take note. Alright, so you might as well take that out and we'll put the CPU in, and we're going to use the Thermal Grizzly CPU contact frame.
Okay.
We'll give that a go. I did have a screwdriver for that somewhere. I don't know if... No, it's a little one. You take that out. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just going to run over here and get it.
It does feel pretty heavy.
Thermal Grizzly does include a driver to get it out, but I've misplaced mine because I've opened this.
Do you normally just build this on the box, or that's how I normally do it?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much.
That's the way I go.
Yep, no, that works just fine. Usually I fold that in half.
If you can close the box.
Fold that in half, and then close the box.
There we go. Professional building station.
A professional reboxer as well. Thank you. You can try and get that out. That doesn't look standard.
No, that's not official packaging.
Is Jared a giant? Yeah, I think. How tall are you?
I don't know, 183 4 centimeters.
Yeah,
Not
so
that is in feet.
you might be like half a centimeter taller than me. I'm
slouching a
on.
bit.
He's on thicker soled shoes. Just for the record, everyone, thicker soled.
I'm not wearing shoes. That's not true.
Why is Steve standing on a box? Because Jared and his bloody shoes. But yeah.
Maybe I'm standing on the box.
If there's any super chats or anything I miss, Balin, just yell at me.
No worries.
So with this, like, I've never used one of these. Do we need to do anything before this goes in, or I can put this in first?
No, we do actually. Good question. Lucky you're on the ball.
Someone's paying attention.
I've got to start paying attention to what we're doing here. So I believe, from memory, the best way is to undo this. I haven't actually installed one of these for a good 6 months. You got to be very careful when you do these. Have you got the top down going?
I'll let you do it then. So if there are any problems, it's not my fault.
I trust it's in focus and we can see it all. Yeah, well, lifting this off, you want to be careful because if like one of those screws gets caught and you drop it in the socket, you're going to have a bad day.
I don't want a bad day.
So you can plop that in there if you're confident to do that on the stream. Don't drop it.
It does feel like there's more pressure.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Definitely done it multiple times.
Yeah, well, I've never buggered it up ever, but every time you go to do it, you're like, well, there's no room for error here. And then we got our contact frame. Figured we might as well put this on, make sure we can get this as cool as possible, though we don't have a 360mm radiator, but we've got a 280, so that might work out okay. I'm not unboxing this very well. It's not in a box. It doesn't feel natural.
There's a few questions about my metal t-shirt collection.
Yeah, you do have an impressive collection.
So I've probably got about 30 shirts. More than that, actually, because I bought 30 coat hangers and I've run out. You literally open the closet in the room that I film in, and it's just all black shirts of different bands. As for favourite, probably Insomnium's pretty good.
Okay, nice. Oh,
Yes, plenty of shirts.
Alright. I'm going to have to lift this up because I think the back plate has fallen off.
I think you need to take that off for the cooler anyway.
No.
Okay, well I thought with I don't have this cooler, but I have the bigger one, and I think it has like a custom plate on the back.
Oh, yeah, they go over these plates because these plates
Okay.
normally can't come off because otherwise the retention socket doesn't work at all.
Right.
So, no, that's fine. But I think with AM4 that was a thing. Man, I've got to push this up with my hand. I can't show any of this really. But my finger is now pushing the plate hard up against the back of the PCB.
No pressure. Don't break it.
I don't think it's going in for some reason.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's screw threading.
I don't know why.
I think it's going now. Oh.
No.
Tim commented
Not.
saying you need to talk about the ice cream collection.
That's classic. Yeah, so they only just get it with the thread. Anyway.
Yeah, we were talking about it before. Basically, there's not much to say. I usually have a lot of ice cream at home. We have a big chest freezer, and you know, if you got that space, you got to use it.
You got to get on those, those limited time only deals. And
Yeah, you got to shop the deals.
Dark Energy says, "Cool, love the content, guys. Thanks for all you do." Well, thank you, but you're more than welcome on that one. Squeeze the plate, Tanmay. I squeezed the plate, and
It's going all right now.
Yep. You don't want to over tighten it, but that should be good. So yeah, the cooler will go in there, and then the plate just goes around that. They're often designed to sit on that as well, because then it sort of insulates it from the back of the PCB.
Right.
All right, so that is done. I'll chuck that on the shelf. We can put this socket somewhere. I mean, you might want to take that with you. We'll put it back in the motherboard box or something.
No. Why would I use that when I've got this?
I mean, yeah, that'll probably nothing will ever go wrong with that, because I did it. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
You're worse than Tim.
What are you looking for?
Well, we got that. You can put that on the board if you want.
The memory.
Yep. How are we looking on the top down here? Oh, I can actually see the top down by looking up, can't I? I forgot about that. I want to peel them off so bad.
Do it.
Alright, I'm doing it. Actually, get right in there on that.
get the mic nice and close.
Yeah.
And get the. I can hear it. I don't know if it came up on the mic though.
Hang on. All right.
Nice.
I imagine that was extremely satisfying for everyone at home.
It's now an ASMR channel.
Yep. Okay. What have we got in here? Jared has the scissors out.
Sounds like they could hear it.
Yeah, they heard that. That was worth tuning in for, that alone. A bit early on the peel. No, we're precision instruments here. Nothing here will get scuffed at all.
I don't know about that.
I'm definitely dropping that like 4 times now. This comes off real easy. You just push that. How satisfying is that?
Oh, okay. I've never had one like that. All the MSI ones I've had have always had screws.
You're lucky I was here. You would have been there for 20 minutes trying to work out how to get that off. You would have had to consult the manual.
The manual, oh,
Yeah.
embarrassing.
I know, that's when things get desperate. It is a bit early for the peel, to be honest. You should do that last, or nearly last. But I just couldn't help myself. And then Jared was like, do it. So when Jared's encouraging me like that, things are going to happen.
I always just get it out of the way. Otherwise, I mean, you might forget.
You might forget, yeah, that's right.
And then in like 5 years' time, you're like, why is this plastic?
Why is this peeled up plastic, curled up plastic falling out of my computer?
All right. Blues move? Nope. Which way does this go? Let's see. That does not look correct.
Normally the label faces you.
Right way.
Yeah, normally the label faces the CPU. It doesn't matter what order you put them in because we're populating all slots.
Of them.
So, far out. That looks like it's taken some serious pressure to get in there. So that's the slower 4TB drive.
Oh yeah, it needs some pressure.
I suppose I should give some information. So we just put the Core i9 13900K on the Z790 Carbon Wi-Fi motherboard. MSI, of course. MSI's helped with most of the gear here.
Hopefully I don't snap the board doing this.
And we have the Corsair Vengeance RGB. That's an important fact. DDR5 memory. It's two 32GB kits, so 64GB capacity, and it's 6400 stuff. So I think we can possibly run all 4 sticks at 6400. We might have to go down to 6000, but I think 64 will work with 4 sticks. I know I've got that to work in the past. So anyway, 64GB of high-speed memory, which is, in my opinion, the minimum you sort of want for 4K video editing, but you've been using 32, so this will be a nice upgrade just in itself.
Yeah, well I had 64 with the Threadripper PC, but either way it was a compromise. It was either 64, 2133, or 32, 3200 I think it was.
Yeah, well, that's speed or capacity. Nathan says, or did I read that right? Steve Steve could have done 50 benchmark graphs by now. I wish that was true.
That's true. I'm holding you up. You could have made a whole comparison video by the time we've done this.
So we got the memory in.
Pretty sure it's all in. It all clicked.
It all looks like it's in from here.
I don't know. I always get paranoid. Sometimes I've had ones that like aren't in slightly. And
yeah. Usually if they close the clips,
they all closed.
Yeah, you should be golden there.
Oh, which SSD is this?
So that's the one.
Two.
That's the 1TB. So that's the fast but smaller one. So that's in. That's installed. And then to get this back in, I'm pretty sure this goes around that way. And then I think it just pops from memory. You just do that, and then you push it, and it clips down.
I like that so much more than screwing it in.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll
have to screw for the second one, but
that's right. And I'm pretty sure we can put that one in there without a problem.
Hope so.
I
remember I can't remember if it was 9th gen or 10th gen.
Yeah, you couldn't use the primary if you used the 10th gen CPU.
And it was annoying because I remember I had a 9th gen test system set up, and I was like, okay, I'll put the 10th gen in. And then my system didn't boot. I was like, what the hell is going on?
So that was because PCI Express 4.0 was added to 11th gen, and 10th gen didn't have it. Have I got that right? I think that's right. 10th gen was PCIe 3.0 only, and that slot was wired for 4. Like that was connected directly to the CPU's 4.0. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm remembering that correctly.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. I just remember being so frustrated, and that was when I had to get the manual out. I had to be like, okay,
that would have caught a lot of people
which
out.
Things can I actually use?
What's a laptop?
Don't know. Not this.
10th, 11th is correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the situation. Do you want to peel that one off? That one's a bit tricky to get. There's a little tab just there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should do some of the peel.
No, you don't have to. I mean, it's just, you know, I'm letting you in on the peel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had it, and then it went down.
That's why I gave you that one secretly. It was 'cause it's difficult. I was like, you can struggle with that. There you go. You can. So that is a Spatium 480. So PCIe 4.0, NVMe M.2, of course, and they claim up to 7,000 megabytes per second read. So that'll be like sequential read. There's a lot more stats in writing that's far too small for my eyes there.
Yeah, so the 1 terabyte's faster. So
The 1 terabyte is faster. The 4 terabyte is the M461.
still fast.
Still fast, I reckon. Well, it is a PCIe 4.0 drive, but again, the specs are very small.
Yeah.
So
But it makes sense, I reckon, to go Windows on the first 1 terabyte.
I think so. Yep.
Everything else
You can
on
use
the
that
other
as like a scratch drive or something.
Games.
Yep. If you guys want to know more about any of the components used, there is a link at the top of the video description for a PC parts picker list where you can find all the various bits and bobs that we'll be using for the build. So that one goes back like so. And
It's almost like you've done this before.
almost. To be fair, when I build the test systems, I usually leave most of these things off.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's just a pain in the butt when you're changing stuff constantly.
Especially
Oh, that one goes there.
taking out graphics cards.
Yes, that's right. Yep. Yeah, it's just a pain in the backside.
Yeah, more so with how big they are these days.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get your finger under there. I've had to use like a knife
To
one
get to
time.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a couple of the boards now start having like quick release buttons back
Yeah,
here, which is really
I've seen that.
cool. But this one, you'll have to use like a screwdriver or something, like a flathead screwdriver to try and get to
I'll
it.
probably never take it out on this one, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah.
It'll just be built.
Well, you won't be upgrading the RTX 4080 anytime soon, I wouldn't have thought.
No, probably not.
Kevin says, a nice upgrade from Zen 1 Threadripper. Loving the build. Awesome. Thanks, Kevin. He will be loving
Should
the
be a
build.
good upgrade.
Yep. So we got 2 SSDs installed. You've got room for 2 more. So future, well, you've probably got storage at home you want to whack in there, possibly. Anyway,
I'll just copy everything to the new stuff.
you can expand. If
big enough.
if you want to, you have the ability to expand without going to a PCI Express slot with a riser card. 64 gigabytes, of course, they're DDR5, so that's going to be very nice. 6400 stuff, so that should rocket along nicely. And then we've got the Thermal Grizzly contact frame on the 13900K, and that should all be in the socket all nice. We had a little bit of trouble getting that on. I hadn't done it for a while, and I forgot that it was quite a tight grip, but it has to be, otherwise the screws will stick out the back of this plate, which could cause contact with other things, which you want to avoid at all costs. So I think, really, we're up to probably the case now, I reckon. So we'll put this just over here. And,
Do you want me to grab it?
yeah, you can grab it all. Yeah, we'll just take it out here. That'll work. I'll move the spatiums out of the way. How's it all going, Balin?
Good. Very good.
Under control?
Under control.
Beautiful. Don't hold that down. I don't know what's on the box.
Oh, I had a look.
Oh, you did? Well, lucky you're all over it. Well, usually I just lift it out of here anyway, because it's a lot easier. Oh, there we go. This is quite a good case, this one. I'm not just saying that because it's MSI. We're using this for the PC that is streaming this live stream is actually built in this case. And it's one of Balin's favourites, actually. The Tron case, he calls it. So it's just a compact, simple sort of looking case. A lot of Steve from Gamers Nexus would approve, I think. I don't know if he's actually reviewed it or not, but it has good airflow, and that seems to be things that he's all for. Yeah. Probably if I had to open the door. I won't peel the door off straight away. We'll do that last when it's built, because I will trigger people with finger marks there. So that is the case. I don't actually know the exact name of the case. Let me find that out. Velox 100p airflow.
MSI Velox 100p airflow.
Yep.
That's the name of the case.
I think it's quite well priced as well. But anyway, so on the top here you've got like a metal magnetic grill. It's very strong magnets there.
And the front's all ventilation as well.
Front's all vent.
And the side here.
But then you got the glass door, and then it's pretty standard everywhere else. Speaking of the glass door, I can probably take those off like that. Where can I put these where I won't break them?
Nowhere's safe.
They are tempered glass, so I'd probably have a hard time breaking them. But having said that,
Have you broken any before?
no.
Neither.
I've been pretty brutal with a few of them. They're remarkably strong. But that is the benefit of tempered glass. Now, MSI has gone and made a few challenges for us here because it looks like we've got 2 boxes of the ML140 Pro fans from Corsair. We also have an RGB light strip which we can try getting there.
Over there.
And there's another one. So that's
5.
that should be. I think it's 3 in a box. So 7, 2 in a box.
2 boxes.
Okay, no, 5 then. You're right.
5 fans.
5 fans. Usually I'm used to making 3 packs, but that's probably for the 120s. But yeah, that's not very wide, is it?
Alright.
So I guess we take all of the fans out. There'll be 2. Well, there's 2 that come with the liquid cooler. Maybe they want us to put 2 in the top, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. That has to be the plan, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Unless we're doing 3 in the front, 2 in the top. But that's all of them, isn't it? Well, I think we'll put 2 in the front, 3 in the front.
Where's the cooler going to go? At the front or up the top?
Probably up the top.
Okay.
So there'll be 2 in the top for sure, and that's whether we put 2 in the front and 1 at the back, or all 3 in the front and just leave the rear one. I'm not sure what they had planned for us on that one.
Got the freedom to do whatever looks
Well,
good.
we'll do 2 in the front, 2 in the top, 1 in the back, and you can always add another one to the front if it fits. I think it would fit 3 in the front.
There's 3.
Oh, there's that sort of be blocked up there, so it might not really matter.
It's already got 3, but I guess they're probably 120.
Yeah, they're 120s. See these big boys?
Oh yeah, they're a bit bigger.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger. And yeah, they've given us we've got our cable management cut out for us on this one. Yeah.
You've got your cable management cut out. I'll just be watching.
You're like, I just closed the lid on mine.
That's actually what I do. I always just get everything in the back and then just put the lid on. And there's always like the cable bulge, and you try to just.
You're like,
Yeah, exactly like that.
you finish and the door's just like bulging off. You're like, yep, job done. Oh, there we go. That came off quite easily. I didn't want to break anything. All right, so we'll get the drill.
Just open these fans.
Yep, I'll just squeeze past you there. Sup, thanks for recommending the 5700 XT 3 years ago. You're welcome. As long as you didn't have any driver issues, which we didn't. It's aged well, like that thing. Still works very well today. Speaking of our GPUs, there's going to be a lot of content on the channel over the next few days. So that'll be good.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert, yeah. So these weren't RGB. They're just your standard black fans.
Someone says I only do laptop cable management, which is accurate. 1 cable, you're done.
Yep. No, fair enough. Cable management's not fun. I'll try and do this as quick as possible without doing it too poorly.
I mean, yeah, it does look nicer, but at what cost? At what cost?
So we've got nothing in the top, which is to be expected. And then we'll just take this one out, and then we have a bare case ready to... Oh, hang on. It only supports the 120 RGB in the back, so that answers that question. 3 in the front, 2 in the top. Can't put a 140 in the rear.
You could squeeze it in.
Oh, look, we could... I might actually have a 121 of these somewhere, which we can look at putting in later.
Ooh, matching.
Yeah, you got to have it matching.
Of course.
You got to. That's why I was like really trying to. I was hesitant not to go that way. Okay, so I'll whack 3 of these in the front.
You unscrewed those extremely quickly.
Yeah, that thing's really fast. It's good.
I need one of those.
Yeah, you do need one.
I'm pretty sure the last time I put 3 fans in the front of my test system, I did it all by hand. It took way too long.
Yeah, well, I built a Corsair. What was it? The 1000D system, and it had 30 fans or something crazy like that in it. I can't remember how many it was. It was that many, but it was a lot. It was at least 2 dozen. And yeah, that took me a long time to do all those up. Yep. I've never taken it apart. It's sitting over there.
I can see why.
Yeah. That actually has a 1950X in it.
Oh.
That's funny. That's where my 1950X is. So if I pull those through there, there you go. So that'll fit something like that. You can undo the twists on all if you want.
Alright.
It's good viewing, watching people undo the twist ties.
Very riveting content.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
good. It's good. Some of our best content.
My favourite part is when you twist the wrong way.
Yeah,
And
you
then
know.
you have to go back.
And
But
it's
then
just-
you're like, oh, actually,
it's
I
a
was,
ball.
going the right way the whole time. I think it just happened to me while I was talking.
Yeah, it's tough. The 1000D build, the Coffee Ripper one. That is correct. Benedict, that is correct.
It's a good name.
Coffee Ripper?
Yeah.
Yep. It's me like during NDA season. Alright, let's... Alright, we'll just secure that there for now. And I'll pop these through there. Like that. These ones can go through that one. And here's one Jared prepared earlier.
It's a good question for Jared by Donnie.
What's the question? By Donnie.
Is there a major difference between 4050 and 4070 laptop chip?
Oh, yeah, I see it. With DLSS 3 frame generation, is there a major difference between the 4050 and 4070? So, yes. But, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, because, like, how do you really measure the performance with frame gen? Like, if you measure the FPS, yeah, you get a number, but, like, you're not actually, like, it smooths the game out and it does feel better, but I don't think it's fair to compare the frame rates. And I've also seen some weird stuff when I did laptop versus desktop comparisons where the results would be a bit inconsistent with frame generation on. And I was kind of like, why is this the case? And then I thought about it a bit, and the best thing I could come up with was, well, if it's using some kind of, like, whatever it is, like magic, essentially, to insert the generated frame with, like, AI or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who's to say that the way that happens each time you run through one pass of a benchmark is going to be the same every time? Like, you would think that if you're even running through the game slightly different, you'd be feeding it different input. So you would get different output. At least that's how I think about it. So yeah, I did have one time where basically the results made no sense. Like, the lower performing part was scoring higher in terms of FPS, but like, I don't think it's really fair to compare. So it's hard to say, basically, is what I'm trying to get to. But obviously, outside of DLSS 3, a 4070 mobile will perform much better than a 4050. But yeah, DLSS 3 will make both feel smoother in supported games.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I did all the cable unscrewing. I got distracted by that comment.
No, you've done well. There should be one more, the single box.
Oh.
Alright. Sorry, there was a much love one. What was the name? Sorry, I missed it. Alejandro.
In Flames, just a race. I assume it's an In Flames reference.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? You know all about that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, thank you.
Much love.
Much love.
It's old.
Alright, so we've got our fans in and they all turn. So that's what you always want to see out of a fan. And I could put the front back on, I guess. Which way up did this go? I think it clips in like that. Easy. And that clips back on. Nice and easy. So there we go. We've got our RGB fans all behind there. That should be sucking a fair bit of air through, and the cables all... They should all be quite easily dealt with. That's all of them. All 6, I believe.
That blows.
You're out of control.
Or socks.
You're out of control.
Whichever way, depending on what you got it.
Yeah. Well, I think the next thing we want to do is put the motherboard in. And then we'll put the liquid cooler in. Then we'll put the power supply in.
Someone asked me American metal or European metal. Probably European. No offense to American.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, I fear for what you may have just started.
it's personal preference.
Alright. I'm going to zoom that out a smidgen. Okay, that has a pre-installed I/O shield, that motherboard. So you've just got to plop it in. It looks like all the standoffs are where we would want them to be. But I'll just quickly double check.
We need to sort out the CPU cooler first.
Put the board in first and then...
Just to see if it fits or...
No. Yep, no, we can install the motherboard and then do the CPU
Oh,
cooler.
because the back's accessible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new thing on PCs these days.
I don't think any of my cases have that. It's just, flat metal.
Right.
Not used to this new advanced case technology.
That should keep those out of your way. Yep. All right, you can try and land it in there.
Try.
Good luck. Wish you all the best.
Which way am I going? This way?
Yeah.
I was like, where's the back? Alright.
Yeah. It's looking good. Steady. Perfect.
I think it's in.
Yeah, no, you've nailed that to the millimeter. All right.
Craig missed the start of the stream.
We'll start again, Craig.
I was wondering what the build's for.
The build... Okay, you can explain this time, Jared.
Basically, I need a new computer. And Steve was like, I can help you out with that. And now here we are.
Yeah, that's essentially it.
That's basically it.
I mean, Jared, because he mostly reviews laptops, doesn't get a whole lot of desktop PC stuff. One of his desktop PCs died, moved to a laptop to save money and not have to build the desktop straight away, with plans of doing one eventually. And I was like, well, we could actually kill two birds with the one live stream or something.
I have heard that as a common saying.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah. What are we doing next?
Well,
Power supply?
there's meant to be like a box of bits that come with...
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh no, oh yeah.
No, I saw it. I don't know where it went.
There was a big box, that one.
There's a brown box that
Yeah,
came
but
in
I
the
don't think
case.
that has anything in it apart from... Yeah, that's not it.
The base of the case.
Could be. I couldn't see it in there. Oh, hang on, I think I see it. That's unfortunate. I'll get a screw out of the drawer here.
Hidden compartments.
Yeah, we just need to hold the motherboard in so it doesn't fall out, because we've got to lift the case up. And that's not the right screw, unfortunately. I should have checked that before we got this far.
Amateur.
Well, to be fair, normally I just use my giant drawer of screws. But also, yes. Okay, there we go. Now it won't fall out. Don't recommend doing this at home with your $800+ motherboard. I think they're in there. There we go.
In the hard drive bay that I will definitely be using.
Yes, for all your hard drives. They're probably in a NAS and not your computer. But that's alright. Well, you can use the drill if you want. So it's these suckers.
Mm-hmm.
And see how you go with that. I'll do a bit of tidying up quickly. For phase 2. Oh, that's the LED light controller thingy-majiggy.
I haven't used this before, so if I do it wrong,
This is your first time ever using it, and what better time to try it?
So, okay, that was extremely easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually not good at all. It makes me look good.
Yeah.
It'll be shocked to learn that.
So the way it works is you like hold the trigger, and whichever way you turn it, it turns that way. So if you want to tighten, you have to twist it to the right. Every time I hear that noise, I'm always just imagining I'm stripping the screws.
A lot of nice comments here. Thank you, guys. Motherboards have gotten too expensive. Yes, we would agree with that. Poor Jared stuck in Victoria. Come on now. It's not too bad.
It's pretty nice here.
What CPU is being used? 13900K. So...
Keep missing it. We're using the DeWalt gyroscopic drill. Model number, I don't know, I'll read it in a minute. I bought it myself. This is not a DeWalt sponsored thing. It's just actually cool.
For those who came late, what are the specs? The specs are actually very conveniently in the video description. There is a PC parts picker list, so couldn't have made it any easier. Go check that out. But yeah, it's quite a good system here for Jared. Steve, have you tried using DLSDR and DLSS together? I actually haven't. Nice mod mat, thank you. I love my mod mat. We genuinely use it a lot. I've got a couple of them. This one hasn't seen too much action. I've got one that's very beaten up, but functionally it's still perfect. But the design on it's a bit scuffed, but that's fine. But yeah, they protect my nice wooden desks very well when I'm building PCs.
That's done.
All right. Good job.
Thanks.
That was easy for me. I enjoyed sitting back and just having a read of chat while you took care of all the hard stuff. So I reckon if we get those cables at some point a bit neatly through there, that'll work well. I guess we'll get the liquid cooler in next, and then I'll wire all the fans in, and you can just do a whole lot of chatting.
There you go.
The core liquid, S280, so it's a 280 mil. I'm trying to work out the best way to go about doing this. So an MSI liquid cooler, we've used this one many times before. Normally the 360, which I think I would have liked to have gone with the 360, but maybe it was out of stock or unavailable. Not sure. Anyway, we've got this one, so we'll put it in and we'll see how it goes. So we're not going to need the standard fans. We can put them aside.
They just don't have enough RGB for us.
No, they're just not cutting it on the RGB front at all. Okay, whack that off. We might as well take that off. Okay, we'll leave the bottom on there. We've got some pre-applied thermal paste. I'll get this out of the way. That can go down there for now. Chuck the unused fans here. Okay. So I think we're gonna
move this over.
just try to work out. Maybe we'll put it that something like that. I'll attach the fans first.
Probably a good idea.
I was just working out which way we'll put the radiator. We'll bring this back. You're using the standard fans. Yeah, not as fancy. It's all right. That's okay. Don't have to be as fancy.
I'm not a fan of that.
Ooh. Yep. Jared's not a dad, but he's been using a lot of dad jokes since he's been here, so, you know, not sure what's going on there.
Can I peel?
Yeah, you can peel.
I can peel.
You can peel. Trying to work out the best way to go about doing this. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem right. I think that's probably the way to go about it. Something like that.
I didn't see the first way. Did it not fit?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what's sort of optimal, what looks good, what works well. So you'd probably curve them just like that above the graphics card. So I think that's the way to go. All right, we'll go with that. So that means that the fans want to go on like that. So put that there. Did you peel the top off that already?
Yeah.
Oh, people are going to get triggered, Jared.
Yeah, you told me to.
Did I?
Literally like 30 seconds ago.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, can I peel this? And you were like, yes.
Oh.
And I was like, and that's what happened.
Okay, well, I'm doing too many things at once, quite clearly. Good to see a collab with Jared. He's hands down the best laptop reviewer on YouTube. I would agree. Okay, let me attach these fans. I'll concentrate on doing that so the fans aren't upside down or something.
I won't peel anything while you're distracted.
Please don't. Please don't. I'm kind of good at doing one thing at a time. Beyond that, anything could happen. How you going there, Balin?
Good, good.
Did the correct thumbnail go out in the end?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. We are getting there. Bear with us. Any classic chat?
Let's
Stuff
see. Let's see.
Any gems in there?
Yeah. Outside In says, there's nothing quite like the oh my god, I can't read. There's nothing quite like the smell of fresh, unpacked hardware.
That is true. Yeah, very plasticky, very rubbery.
My favorite things.
Fresh PCBs kind of smell cool. Don't judge me. Okay. I really hope I don't have to take these fans off and change them. It's going to like double the runtime on this stream. I should have given this job to you and I should have done the peeling.
Too bad.
Yeah, I've messed up here.
Versace asks what you do with all your leftover parts.
We usually stack them on the shelves around here, as Jared's been noticing. Sometimes Baylor nicks a few things.
Yeah, the spare parts are like this in the background, but everywhere.
There's like 14-meter wall of them. But it's good to have it all on hand because we often need it for things. Okay, now we'll pre-install the mount. AM4, I don't think that's what we want. LJ 1700, I think that's what we want.
Sounds correct.
I think so. We're going to go with it and hope for the best.
I like this plan.
Yeah, it works sometimes. Yeah, you might as well stand it up. We'll go front camera only if we're not already on that. Now this is why building PCs with friends is the way to go, because you can hold that there.
Oh yeah, I hate doing this by myself.
Yeah.
I'm always like trying to hold it with one
Yeah.
hand and then
Yeah,
screw
this is
it in
why
the
you should
other
always
side.
build PCs with friends.
I don't have any friends.
Well, if not, find a fellow YouTube channel that's willing to build a PC with you. Now, whatever you can do. If you can train your cat to do it, then, you know, use that. Hire yourself a Balin. They just normally laugh at you in the corner while you're struggling.
Yeah, don't do it, it's a trap.
Yeah, they're worse than cats. Okay. Alright. We had lunch before we started and I'm already getting very hungry.
I have to take a stream break.
Yeah. Do you guys mind if we just take like half an hour?
Be right back. Lunch part 2.
We do like the Twitch streamers do the do back soon.
I'm not sure what hit the gritty means.
Hit-
Says Hezza, he's asked me twice.
Hit the what?
Yeah.
Don't know on that one, sorry. Alright. Actually, stand the case back up.
This guy says, you may want to route your CPU EPS cable before you install the radiator fans.
Yeah, that is a pro tip, I'll be honest. That is a pro tip. I totally agree, because I think we will, with this one, be able to get to it, but it's a pro tip. That is a pro tip. Let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to dig it out of here. It's somewhere in this bag of bits. This is, someone gave us, was it Jace? Thank you for that.
Yep.
Sorry I didn't read it sooner. Jared was distracting me with his peeling of plastic. Ah, Jared. Here, you can do one as well.
This is my favourite part.
Yeah, I know. You seem to be enjoying it, so I thought you'd keep doing it. Alright, so that one goes in that end. And that one goes in that end. I'm looking for that satisfying clip, but I'm not really getting it. There we go. There we go. Alright, thank you to who suggested that, because you did save me a little bit of stuffing around, that's for sure.
It was SP.
Oh, was it SP, was it?
Yep.
Good job, SP. Alright. Now, what we want to do, another way to make this easy, is to get these cables, all 4 of them, awkwardly through the cable management holes before we mount the radiator. It just saves a bit on the swearing side of things, I've found. I swear a lot less if I do these first. There we go. Now if we gently, that's meant to have the plastic on it still, but I think I took it off or it fell off. Gee, that doesn't, oh, that just fits. It's hitting, I think it's hitting the cable or something. All right. Yeah, far out, it only just fits. We're talking a millimeter, oof. Yeah. It's, yeah, those 8-pin cables would have actually been impossible to get in.
You've got multiple super chats. One's for me.
You answered that one.
J Spader? Not sure, sorry. Hey Jared, you were killing the game. Thanks. I bought my Scar 17 2023 because of your awesome reviews. Good to hear it's going well.
I didn't want to pull the trigger on the drill till you were done. Good job. Now, the best way to do this once you get to this stage is lay that like that. I hope I should have controlled that CPU block a bit more.
Ah, it's fine.
It's fine.
That is a pretty tight fit.
Yeah, it's concerningly tight.
Yeah, it fits. That's all that matters.
Well, it just fits, is what it. Yeah, we're talking not even a millimeter. It's kind of like squeeze it in.
It's better to just fit than not fit at all.
Yeah. No, I think it's okay now that it's actually in. It's not as bad as what I thought. Okay, we haven't disturbed or messed up the pre-applied thermal paste, so that's good. Otherwise, we'd have to wipe it off and do it again. Now, thumb screw type things.
And not here.
They
would come. Yeah.
What did I do with all of the liquid cooling stuff?
I think it's here.
Didn't I take everything out?
Yeah, there's nothing in that box.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Actually. I don't know, it felt suspiciously heavy.
Did anybody see what I did with the thumb screws? Oh, here we go. They would have seen. They probably would have seen where they were.
And we're just here like,
You're like, huh? What? I was like, I'm sure I saw them.
yeah, I saw them before as well.
What are we?
Thanks to Dark Energy for the super chat before.
You got the top down on?
Yeah.
Good work, Balin. Are you sure this PC is real? It looks CGI. Look, we have an impressive, and I mean impressive CGI budget here at Hardware Unboxed, but it's not that impressive.
One for you, Jared.
It will.
Oh, the super chat or the one above it?
The super, well,
Oh, well, there's a question asking. They said in my original 3070 Ti versus 3080 Ti comparison video, which is laptops here, I advised against the latter. Have I changed my mind? So we actually cover this in an upcoming Q&A video that we filmed earlier today. So I don't know when that'll be on my channel, but we do address that. But basically, I kind of said that it ultimately depends on the price difference. Like if the 3080 Ti isn't that much more and you know having the extra VRAM is important to you, then yeah, it could be worth it. But in terms of like just otherwise raw FPS difference, nothing's really changed in that regard. So yeah, it depends on how much you want to pay for the extra VRAM essentially.
Yep.
And a super chat. Love both your channels, gents. Jared, your t-shirt collection is legendary. Do you have an absolute favorite from the collection? I think so. My favorite is probably the Insomnium Winter's Gate one, which is basically the whole shirt's black, but rather than just having like a print on the front, the whole shirt is the album, and it was like a limited edition thing, and you can't get it anymore. And yeah, probably that one. It's pretty cool.
nice.
Where'd you get up to?
Hopefully I don't end up swearing in a second because I have to fit these through here. I'm just going to do them one at a time because it's a little bit challenging.
You need smaller fingers.
Yeah, and they need to be like twice as long. Not sure if that would work. I feel like I end up with broken fingers often. Okay, we'll tidy the front bit up a bit later on.
These are the fan cables from the...
Yeah, well, water block, fan stuff. Okay, that'll do for now. I'm kind of up to dealing with this spaghetti here.
Fortunately, no one can see it.
Well,
You're not missing anything.
I'll never turn the computer around for the remainder of the stream. Just pretend this is all perfect.
It's excellent.
Okay, well... I've really got to just plug all this stuff in now. So... not sure if a 280mm cooler will be sufficient to cool down a 3900K. Look, I had very similar concerns when I first saw it, but the good news is we can upgrade it if need be. It'll be an interesting experiment to see how it works. Jared may not necessarily have this thing going hell for leather. He may power limit it anyway, since he's using it for productivity, and is going to probably be prioritizing stability over outright performance, and it's going to be a huge upgrade over what he had anyway, even if we do limit the performance.
Yeah, I definitely won't be doing overclocking or anything.
No.
At the very least.
Hell
I'm
no.
all about that stability.
Yeah, well, you're a professional, so...
Am I?
Well, yeah.
I just want something that works. That makes me professional.
Yeah, exactly.
I demand so much.
What are you breaking over there, Balin? Settle down, mate. You getting upset that we're not talking to you?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Well, okay then. Alright, so, Jared, you just have to entertain everyone for the next 20 minutes.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry about that. That wasn't in the contract, but...
See what I can do. Let's see what the comments got.
I've got, God, just finding the RGB cables is a mission. Oh no, there's only 2 of them from there. What's going on, Balin?
Nothing.
You're just laughing at random stuff?
Someone said, "Is that Tim in the background?"
Not Tim, it's our video editor back. Oh, back here?
Yeah.
Where?
I'm guessing.
They're meeting me.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Alright. Well, you're confusing me successfully.
Mission accomplished.
Doesn't take a lot.
RGB should be illegal. No.
Balin will definitely fight you on that one. Don't take it up with him. I just nod. I'm like, yes, RGB's perfectly fine. Sounds like good. We won't have a problem then.
You need RGB enabled in order to get the maximum performance. Otherwise, what's the point?
That is true. I've heard Balin say that actually.
20% FPS boost.
Yeah, I think you can get more FPS if you set all the lighting to red because it goes faster. But if you want like better cooling, you're probably better off with like blue lighting, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does cool it down.
Because red's a bit too hot.
No, I hear you on that one. Alright, well, I'm just plugging these fans in everywhere. Well, I'm not plugging the fans in, I'm plugging the RGB in. Oh, that just came loose. We have to try and find somewhere else to stick that. I'll put it where the power supply is going to go because this is more important.
A lot of RGB debate.
Good, keep it going. It's good for engagement. That's why we do it.
As a poll.
Ooh.
Question for me about laptop differences between 3070 Ti and 6800M. So if I recall, the 6800M was more like a 3080 Ti competitor, but I suppose the 6800M has more VRAM than the 3070 Ti. But then you don't get DLSS. So the 6800M is probably cheaper, probably performs better without DLSS. So I guess it depends how much you care about DLSS, essentially.
Oh no.
What'd you break now?
Not sure. No, I just got to get a fan header in. And it could be one of the biggest challenges of my life.
It's another super chat from David. Retro question. Growing up, what was your very first CPU/GPU that you guys spent your hard-earned pocket money on growing up?
You can go first if you want while I struggle.
Well, I'm going to go with what I actually bought with my own money, because before that I had older computers, but you know, they were given to me by like my parents and stuff, so I didn't really have a say in that hardware and it wasn't my money. But the first stuff I bought for myself was probably 2010. I got the i7 950, the quad core, and I had dual, what were they, 6850, 6870, the Radeon card. I think it was 6870. Oh,
Yep. Well,
this was like 13 years ago.
yeah, well,
I can't remember.
before I tell you what mine is, I am quite a bit older than Jared. Especially in PC years, I'm much older. So my first one was a Celeron 300A, which was a slot CPU. And it went on an A-open motherboard. Back when motherboards were green and brown. And DDR memory was not a thing, but AGP graphics cards were, and they were pretty flash AGP graphics cards. So yeah, that's mine.
Melodic Armor sent us $10 super chat.
Oh, thank you.
Congrats on the new GPU.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, hang on, there's a thing here that I can plug at least 2 fans into.
The cables on the back are very neat. Don't worry about it.
No further questions are required. CPU fan, that's just a speed sensor. We'll leave that till last. This is USB cable. Yeah, it's immaculate back there. Not a bird's nest at all. So we've got power there for that. We don't need that yet. That's connected. That's more power. We need more power, Jared. That's another power thing. Alright.
I'm going to quickly duck out for 2 minutes.
No worries.
See you later.
No worries, we'll survive, I think. I'll be probably still doing this.
And I'll be watching.
Jared will be watching in anticipation. Alright, we've got the front audio connected USB 3. That goes there, so we'll probably try and come through here. Like so. That clipped in as it does. 3.2 Type C, probably. Yep. That can go. They always are a bit weird to pop in.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't able to use the front ports on my old case because my board didn't have everything it needed.
Well, this is going to be a significant upgrade then because all the ports should work.
That is definitely an upgrade. I just can't imagine having all the ports work. That sounds pretty crazy.
It's going to be. Alright, let me just get that to there. I'm just going to quickly neaten this up just a tiny bit, nothing too fancy, just using the pre-existing straps that are here.
Someone's asking, what are our favourite games at the moment?
Can I opt out of answering that one?
Because it's just Fortnite.
Well, I wanted to opt out.
You don't get to opt out.
You didn't really give me the opportunity on that
It's
one.
Fortnite.
So that's upsetting.
I don't even know for me. I haven't played that many recently. The last game I probably finished was Hogwarts Legacy. I liked that.
I played it. It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with Harry Potter books, and I like them. So yeah, I thought the game was pretty good at just like expanding that world. Had a fun time.
Yeah, I'm waiting for StarCraft 3. So I'm going to be very disappointed.
Which MSI GPU will you be using? Well, I can show you.
You can do one better and show the people.
We've got the Gaming X Trio 4080.
Okay, well that's not great, but it's some small progress. Larger progress to come.
It looks neater than when I was joking that it was perfect. So.
Well, yeah, that was because that was horrific. So we have the MSI MPG A1000G PCIe 5.0 power supply. You get all that? It's actually a really nice little unit. 1000 watts. Looks neat. Works well. I've had a couple of these in use for a while now. I'm pretty sure Balin's PC has one in it. Which we did live build on the channel.
Yeah, it does.
Does have this power supply?
Yep.
Hasn't blown up yet?
Not yet.
Okay, well Balin says his hasn't blown up yet, so it's probably good.
I bought one for my test system. I think it was the 1300 watt one.
Okay.
Because I used to have a 1200 Corsair that was like 6 or 7 years old, and it just couldn't run RTX 40 series. Anytime I had those GPUs in and I was testing a game, it would just power spikes would just reset it.
Really?
Yeah. So I just got sick of it and I ended up buying the 1300 watt MSI. It wasn't even the wattage that was the problem. I think the Corsair one just couldn't handle the spikes
Yeah, okay.
of the newer hardware, which I don't know. It could just be my power supply.
Could be the way the rails were configured. It could be a number of things.
Yeah.
All right, so we plug that in there. Come on, you can do it. I did it. Plug that in there. And we'll pull that back up through there. Plug that in. What do you reckon, 24 pin power? Go for one of them. You've heard they work well. Okay, what have we got here? This end goes in the power supply.
We had a 60-40 split on RGB, pretty much.
So in favour or?
In favour of RGB.
Alright, you guys passed the test. 40% of you can get out of here. I'm just kidding. I don't really care for RGB myself, whatever. But I know Balin likes it, so I just nod and go, yep, no, it's good.
I already know your answer to this question, but are there any games we are looking forward to?
There's definitely a lot of like single player games I'm looking forward to testing. Whether I'm going to play them extensively, I don't know.
For me, probably the new Assassin's Creed games that they were teasing a few months back.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yep.
That was the first one I actually played when it came out, and then after that I went back and played Odyssey and Origins, and I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. So
You got sold on them?
yeah, I'll wait for the new ones.
Yeah, I know Tim's keen as for those. So that'll be good. Alright, what screws do we have floating over here?
We got everything you need.
Good. It's like you were using some sort of Jedi power on me then.
We have everything you need.
You have everything I need. Okay. Well, we have a power supply that is pretty much installed now. Just got to run all the cables. Man, if this board turns on and doesn't need 10,000 BIOS updates to get working, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy. We'll see. We'll see. I'm building more and more nervous as we get closer and closer to the finish line.
It'll be fine.
I bet you there's MSI employees watching that are sweating, hoping it actually works. Now, it normally goes well. We just had one stream where I had to do a BIOS flashback to get it working, which was a bit weird, but it worked out in the end.
I don't think I've had any problems with MSI motherboards, and they're basically the only ones I've used for my test
Oh, really?
system. I've got like 10 different ones.
Well,
I've never
I've
had
definitely
an issue.
had problems with every single brand.
Yeah, well, you use them way
Yeah.
more than me as well.
Yeah, you test them all. Yeah, but no, like MSI's done a pretty good job of their recent boards, I have to say. Yeah. Where do we go? That way. And there was one more floating around here somewhere. Where'd it get off to? Here we go. That guy. Alright. Now I'm going to tuck that down in the basement area.
It's my favorite technique. You grab all the cables and you
Yeah.
just...
Mash them in there. Well, it just has to look neat here, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's all that matters.
You're creating extra work for yourself back here by going too extreme.
Yeah, and like even if the back here had like a clear panel or something, this bit's going to be against a wall.
Yeah, just spray it with spray paint. Alright. I actually think we're mostly done. Just got to whack a graphics card in. Maybe some... We'll put in those RGB strip lights. Hang on, I just need...
What you want to do first?
I just want to grab... Do we have any little of the lights left? I thought we got... Oh yeah, I'll just pop that off the top for me, please. Actually, you can leave it on the stand. I just need to be able to see in here quickly. I'll connect these up. Bear with me.
Oh yeah, for like the pins for the power button and stuff.
Well, I'm just gonna quickly attach those. I think I've got this right. I mean, I really should know.
I only remember where the power goes. It's because it's the only one I need. For
It's
the
the
test
only one.
system.
Yeah, it's the only one that's relevant. They're just a little bit fiddly. Okay. Dunzo. All right. I'll leave that there in case I need it again. So, Jared, graphics
Yes.
card time.
All right.
So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother with getting the cables too much better just yet.
No. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. You're not impressed by cable management.
Not really. As long as you can't see it out the front.
I mean, fair enough. You're making it easy on me.
Yeah, it's a good point. Work harder. Cable
Yeah.
manage better.
All right, I'm on it. I'm on it, boss. We'll swap sides for a second. Why so many 40, 70/Ti boxes in particular? You're planning on putting every brand head to head or something? Where are the boxes? Oh, up there. I have a lot of 47, but yeah, I will be doing a roundup. Actually, some of them are just sitting here.
Steve's bringing a bunch of 40, 70 boxes, I think.
I'm trying not to drop them, to be honest. I sort of regretted the second I decided to do it.
It's not that many.
But there you go. So, whoa, the top one started sliding. There you go. So that's some more of them. And I will be doing a roundup. Imagine if I knock the monitor over here.
That would be pretty funny.
Oh.
Yes. 4080.
Oh, there we go. Oh. That's a lot heavier than you think it's going to be before you do it.
Where's this going? Here.
A good super chat question from David.
David, I use my PC exclusively for gaming. Currently have a 9900K. Wanting to upgrade. Would you recommend going a 4090 or a 7900 XTX with say a 13600K? Both options cost roughly the same. Would you recommend a 4090? I would definitely go over a 7900 XTX. Did I get that? So it was which GPU to use, right? It's got the question's gone.
Yes. Yeah. Which GPU? And then would you pair it with a 13600K?
Yeah. I mean, ideally, I'd probably want like a 13700K with that kind of GPU. But if I had the option of a 4090 or a 7900 XTX, like for the same price, yeah, Radeon GPU for sure. Sorry, the other one, GeForce GPU for sure. So I'm trying to watch what Jared's doing at the same time.
I took two of the covers out.
I need some water.
Then I realised it was a 3-slot.
Yeah, it's a big boy. Right, I need to get some water. But yeah, no, GeForce GPU there would be my... Wow, using any power tools for PC building is so cringe. Stop being so cringe, mate.
I hate being cringe and saving my time by making life easier. So cringe.
Mm. You're a cringe lord with that.
Oh, that was so easy. Oh, so cringe though.
Yep. It's actually quite a precision instrument. So torque driver, you can. So if I dial it down to like 9, so you don't strip screws with it or anything like that. Set it to about there's probably good. Anyway, it's you can build a PC with a standard screwdriver or any screwdriver that's non-powered if you like, and I'll use this. I know who'll win. Totally cringy, says Mo. Mo knows what's up. Yeah, I mean, if you're using like a hammer drill, I could probably understand where you're coming from.
David clarified a little bit and said 7900 XTX with a 13600K or just put a 4090 with his 9900K.
Oh, right. It makes the question a bit challenging because it's Radeon versus GeForce, but I would want to upgrade the CPU because a 9900K is not... Yeah, that's a 10700K these days. Not the fastest CPU, but again, it depends on the type of games you're playing. If you're playing single-player games, 4K, ultra-quality settings, and for the most part, the CPU won't be as important. But still, you know, we've seen a lot of modern games, Hogwarts Legacy, Star Wars, Jedi Survivor, that are very thread-dependent, very heavily CPU-limited. So you will see a big performance upgrade with like a 13600K. So, yeah, a bit of a balance, CPU and GPU.
I need your approval. This is very important. Is this cable in correctly?
Ooh.
Are we going to catch fire?
No, it looks like you've absolutely...
I did hear the click.
You did hear the click? Well, you've done it right. That's GN approved on the GN mat. You just have to press that down a bit more. So the worry is when you ideally probably want to click it in first, because see the door will only just cover that. Click it in first, then do the bending, and then make sure that it hasn't come out. But
Right.
I've probably installed this connector into a 4090. I'm tossing up between 150 and 200 times now. And I just go bang, cables everywhere on the adapter, never had a problem. So I think you've really got to have it hanging a fair way out. Like you've kind of got to drop it in, I think, to mess it up.
All the pictures I've seen from like Gamers Nexus and stuff, it looks like there's a big gap.
Yeah, it's like 3 mil. It's like, how do you do that? Did you just forget to put it in? You just sat it there and thought, I'll deal with that later. Admittedly, I do that with things. Anyway.
I'm not going to zoom that top down out of it.
How about I do this?
That works too.
I mixed the waters.
Oh, no.
Pretty sure this is mine.
Yeah, I think this is mine. Far out.
You were worried about it?
Someone's going to go back and watch that, and they're like, "Oh, you're drinking Jared's water."
Oh.
Alright. Okay. Well, I mean, we're pretty much ready to. I won't neaten any of this up yet because I want to make sure it works. So I'll grab another monitor. We'll move all these boxes and clear all this up.
Alright.
Because I'm pretty sure we've done everything, haven't we? I'm not forgetting anything obvious.
Light strip.
We'll...
Light strip is critical.
Yeah, that is critical. Based on the poll. I love how Balin's all over the... Oh, God.
Gotta be, right?
I'd totally forgotten there was RGB light strips and Balin's like, oh, the light strip.
How many do we have?
It looks like we've got a few. Like, they're magnetic and they're flexible. I think it's meant to go into the controller that we have. So if it clips in here... Yeah, so that should just... That should work nicely.
Nice.
So we've got... So if I clip that in... We've got one spare slot.
Someone's asking where the GPU bracket is.
Ooh, the anti-sag bracket. Oh, hang on, that doesn't fit in there. They're not compatible. Yeah, that's annoying. So what does this come with something you can connect it into? I'm not sure it does. Because, yeah, it's not compatible with the one that we've got in there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I think this goes in, like, the Commander Pro or something.
Are we going to have to compromise our RGB?
Oh, hang on. No, it's got a thing here.
Alright, relax.
Yeah. I was about to freak out.
I was panicking entirely.
Yeah. I saw Balin looking very concerned over there. Okay, so this has a USB. That would have a USB as well. Alright, we'll quickly whack these in and we'll go with the, what do they call it? The rainbow effect.
Someone's asking what CPU we used. It is the 13900K.
That is indeed correct. Oh god, it's getting heavy. Gonna have to get Balin over here to start moving it for me. So this has 3M tape as well as the magnets. I think it's magnets. Let's see. Yeah, it's magnets. So we'll probably want to go. Can you get up in there? I don't think there's gonna be room. So, well, we'll put one strip here for now.
Some more questions about the specs. I think everything is linked under the video. That's right.
It's in the video description. All the required information. So get on it. Alright, what we'll do is... We'll flip this around.
What do you think the optimal placement is for RGB light strips?
Yeah, look, I'm probably going to have to get Balin to come over and help with that. He's our resident professional
RGB Pro.
RGB installer. He even knows how all the software works. Oh, why'd I peel that off now?
Can confirm I like to delete them once I've used them.
Yeah, if they've got memory that you can save the settings to, which most of them don't.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the RGB software. I just let it do the default.
You're a rainbow
whatever.
man?
Yeah,
Oh.
default rainbow, whatever.
Okay, there we go. We got one strip in for now, so at least we've made some effort. I'm hoping I have a spare SATA power connection here. I think I've got one. Ooh, it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Someone asked who built my previous PCs. It was me.
That's why they don't work anymore.
Yeah, that's why they don't work. No, it's just easy to someone else do the work.
Plus, I was silly enough to offer. So, yeah.
That's your own fault.
It is. I've got no one to blame but myself. Oh, no. The graphics card goes so low.
Yeah, it goes like right down to the board.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to this bloody connector. I'm going to have to take the card back out. And you did such a good job of installing it. I don't want to. I mean, I could always do it later.
I thought you were going to say, I could always do a better job.
Well, it actually looks like you've done a very good job. I've got to be honest. I don't want to be.
Hardware Unboxed, approved graphics card install.
Yeah.
I can't complain about that.
No, it literally doesn't get any better. I think I managed to get that through.
It was tight.
It was tight. There we go. So that. There we go. Easy. Wasn't even trying. That pops in there. This one connects to something. I don't know what. So I'm going to have to look into that, but we'll deal with that later. All right. Enough with the RGB.
Can never have enough.
If you want to try and move some of the boxes behind Balin,
Sure.
I'll find a monitor. I don't actually know where a spare monitor is. We'll use it.
There's cables and screws everywhere. We'll just need a container. Just dump them into one box.
Chuck them in a box, or the motherboard box, or something like that will work.
You put them in this one if you like. Or
Yeah, let's...
Cool.
Oh, screws on the floor.
Hardware Unboxed with old hardware that isn't stock you keep on hand for testing. Have you thought about doing an auction type thing like Jay's 2 cents? Yeah, I mean generally I just keep them till they're so old that it's not worth even doing anything with them. Like the cupboard right here, which you probably can't see on camera. I don't know if you can see this on camera. Oh, there's a monitor in the way now. But anyway, there's like 4 old test systems in there. I just keep them because sometimes they're handy. Alright, how are we going?
Grabbing the miscellaneous parts.
Good. I'll try and find somewhere to plug this in without killing the stream, knocking the power out of everything. I've got to be very, very careful here. The power button on that PC probably isn't disabled. So don't touch it.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to chuck those in there for now.
Someone says, I don't know what you're doing, but your lighting looks better than any other YouTuber's setup.
Oh, well that's nice, thank you. I'm not sure what I'm doing either. I've turned some lights on though. Okay. Alright. You just chuck that up the back there or something. Like that. Now I'll bring this monitor around to here. Put that like that.
Can you angle that monitor down? Yeah, or, yep.
Bit glary.
Yeah, much better.
Thank you, Balin. That's less than ideal, isn't it? Well, just hang now. Just let it hang off here. Oh, there you go. Yep. Just we'll have to be careful walking over there. All right, I need to get a display port cable. We've got a power cable down there. If you want to try and fetch that out, I'll go get a display port cable. Actually, I think there's a cable just here. Excellent.
Oh, you've got one.
We've got one. It's an HDMI, but that's close enough.
It'll do the job.
Probably. We'll find out momentarily. All right. Power supply's flicked on. There's lights on the motherboard. Is the monitor powered on?
Yep,
Where's?
yep.
Oh, it did power on?
Yep.
Do you want to push the power button and see if it turns on? I did the wiring correctly. Huge. And the RGB light strip is doing the rainbow vomit thing.
I can't see.
Oh, it's
I'll take your word for
It's
it.
glorious.
It's beautiful.
Oh, mate. Balin's sitting over there grinning. He loves it. Ear to ear. Nothing makes him happier than a new RGB light strip lit up for the first time. Let's hope it posts.
That'd be nice.
You stand there. Okay. So far, nothing.
Just give it a moment.
Yeah, it's warming up. It's DDR5 stuff. Yeah, it's turned on, I reckon. I don't want to get too excited, but I think it has.
It's something.
It has. But you know what we need? A keyboard.
A keyboard would be useful.
Let me try and find one.
There's a super chat. Someone asking if I miss being a Linux system administrator. Not particularly. Mostly just, I mean, doing this is much more fun. That's
Did that just turn?
basically answer. Yeah, it's going on and
Sorry,
off.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's
sorry.
fine.
Imagine I threw that and the system sparks go everywhere.
That is in.
Cool. Yeah, see, I love the white strip here and across the front. So Balin calls it the Tron PC. So he goes. Oh, I went past it. Oh man, I've just hold please. There we go. That's the one he goes for, and then he gets everything else that teal sort of blue color. He loves it. But since we're going for the rainbow vomit, oh, look at that.
Now we're talking.
Beautiful.
What about the front fans though, or do we need software for that?
Yes, we do need software for that. Let's see if all 4 sticks work. I haven't updated the BIOS or anything, but that's fine.
Now we wait.
I'm just very happy it's powered on. And I haven't had to do any BIOS updates or anything.
Yeah.
My Noctuas don't need any RGB software. That's right, Nick. You're a purist. Alright, how's it going? So far, nothing. We'll see. If it doesn't work, I might update the BIOS and see if that improves memory compatibility. I didn't even take note as to what BIOS revision was currently there.
Not going to do anything for GPU sag. I've never really used the brackets myself.
I think the GPU, hang on.
I put all 3 screws in, so if it's not, I mean I can't really tell from here, but I'd prefer not to use the bracket.
Do have one of those freestanding stands.
Oh yeah, cool, there you go. Looks like the memory speed has worked. Excuse me everybody as I rudely push my way in. This is very awkward, I'm not going to lie. I think... Oh no, I didn't get that tight enough. Alright. Don't tip the computer because that thing is just freestanding. Probably should do this with the computer turned off, but...
We don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. Computer started. But I highly recommend that you do. Alright, there we go. You happy?
Straight now.
I don't know.
Crack out the spirit level.
Yep. So yeah, that's good. Now we've got to go install Windows on it, do a bit more cable management, neaten her up a bit more. I don't know. We'll let Balin do his RGB software and stuff. We'll just let him. He'll be chomping at the bit, so we'll let him do that. And yeah, that's it. So we can chat for a bit if we want. Do it for 10 minutes or something, and then wrap it up. But I don't know what to tell you guys. It kind of went smoothly. Weird.
It just works.
Yeah, it just works. So that's good. Very good. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for Jared or questions, feel free to ask them. And yeah, we'll answer those. But yeah, there's I'm happy to see it working.
Me too.
And we do have some good content coming up on the channel tomorrow night and the night after. So make sure you're looking out for that. Love the MSI theme. Yeah, this case actually, where's the glass door?
Oh yeah.
It may end up reflecting a lot of light, but we should probably stick the door on.
Can't forget that bit.
You need the door.
You peeled it off and they couldn't even see.
It's not really a seeing thing.
I guess so. Matt says, sad to see the meme 1950X rig go, but thanks for building Jared a new PC. Please disable half the cores to ease him into the experience. Yeah, we'll turn off all the E-cores.
Yeah, we'll turn the E-cores off. Is that reflecting poorly? Looks alright?
It's good.
Alright. So yeah, that's I'll gently turn it around. There's the front, so you can see what it looks like from the front. Are they RGB fans on?
No.
Interesting. I wonder why that is. Let me see if I can quickly diagnose that. So they've got power. Where is this what came with the fans? Yeah, this is.
I think that might be a new one.
Yeah, that's why I want to see if it's something. Oh, okay. It might be that they have to be plugged. Where does that go in?
Tim actually asked a question.
Ignore that.
They all said that. How much faster is this build than the best gaming laptop, Jared?
Well, so I have actually compared a 4090 mobile GPU with the 4080 because they're basically the same, except the 4080 desktop card gets more power because there's more room for cooling, and it's also got faster memory. I can't actually remember how big the difference is. It might have been like 20 or 30%. So that was with a 4080 desktop against the best laptop. That was the question, right? How does this PC compare?
To the fastest gaming
Yeah,
laptop.
okay. Yeah, I guess probably maybe 30-40% faster in games, if I had to guess. But yeah, you could check that video where I compared the 4080 desktop against the 4090 mobile, and that would have the answer. There's a $2 super chat to help with the power bill for all that RGB.
Thank you. For some reason, I can't get the fans to light up like the light strip. Give me.
Which was your favourite Assassin's Creed, Jared?
Probably Valhalla.
Yeah.
That was the first one I played, and I just liked the Viking theme. I don't know, Vikings are cool. A lot of the metal music I listen to is Viking inspired as well. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was probably my favorite.
Let me try again.
Turn it off and on again.
The old off and on again. Yeah, I don't know why those aren't lighting up. It should be. Maybe you just got to turn it on with software.
People are suggesting IQ.
What, the IQ software? Yeah, we probably have to possibly have to turn them on. It's all connected up. It's connected to the same RGB hub as the light strip now. Anyway,
They're spinning.
They're spinning. That's probably the most important thing. Actually, maybe, yeah, I think 60% of the people probably think the RGB's the most important thing. Anyway, we'll suss that out soon. Yes, I'm not quite sure why they're not lighting up. Need software, they reckon?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll take their word for it. I'll get back to you later in like an hour.
The RAM RGB looks good though.
Yeah, it's all rainbowy.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Doesn't look like there's been too many questions. Would a 7800X 3D paired with a 4080 be enough to both game and stream in 1440p at the same time without dipping below 120 FPS in most games? Yeah, you could probably do you could use the NVENC encoding with the 4080. So potentially AV1, but you could also use HEVC, H.264. So yeah, I wouldn't use the CPU for doing any of the encoding work. I'd use NVENC. You're playing with the RGBs, are you?
Yeah, I'm just seeing what effects we got.
Yes.
Or colours.
Someone just said VRAM capacity. Monitor specs. We don't actually... Jared has his own monitor. So the monitor I found there was just one I found laying around. But I think it is a 27-inch, I don't know, 144 hertz or something. Can the 5800X 3D compete with the 13700K? I mean... can definitely compete with it, but yeah, depending.
Someone asked about LTX.
Jared's going to LTX. I'm not sure about us. We've sort of got to suss that out after Computex if it's not too late, but potentially. But we're leaving for Computex next weekend. We'll be gone for a week. We'll be catching up with Jared over in Taiwan. We'll probably see Gamers Nexus and Paul's Hardware, Bitwit, all the guys. So that should be a lot of fun. I don't know if we'll do a live stream from there, but we'll probably do some sort of Q&A with Jared, catch up with him. And
Megamix.
Tim is just like, not happening. You and I'll do it. We'll get Balin in on it.
I'll get in on it.
Yeah, sounds
The
good.
three of us will do Megamix.
Speaking of Tim, what do you make of current laptop pricing?
Is that what Tim asked?
It's a bit all over the place. Like, I just finished a review of a 4070 laptop, and it's like 2,500 USD, but you can also get them for like 1,100 less. You can get a 4080 mobile for that same price. So like, it just depends. It's kind of all over the place, really. But I was also telling Steve earlier in the Q&A we filmed, it kind of seems like to some degree the prices of a lot of the stuff, especially at the low end, is like, it feels like it was just like set by Nvidia. So like when the 4050 mobile was announced at CES, Nvidia was like starting from $999. And then, you know, it kind of feels like brands are forced into providing laptops at that price point, even if they are probably worth much less. So I bought a couple that were basically $1,000 laptops, and they shouldn't be $1,000 laptops. They're more like $700 laptops. So yeah, some of them have already gone down in price, but I was kind of wondering, like, maybe they have to set them at the price set that Nvidia said for some period of time before they can start putting them on sale. I'm just speculating there, but that's how it looks.
Yep.
So, in summary, the pricing is not great, but sales will come up over time, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Someone said Bitwit is he still around? Thought he was done. Actually, yeah, that's a sad reality. I think he might be, so I might not get to see Kyle there.
I think he said he was going to
Oh,
Computex.
is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
good.
said he was in his
I
video.
really hope he is, because it'd be great to catch up with him. Because Kyle is awesome guy. I mean, Kyle and Paul, pretty much what you'd expect them to be based on their videos. Very genuine, nice guys. When the Harbour Unboxed channel had, like, I don't know what it was, less than 100,000 subscribers, they were always really helpful, recommended the content. I went out for dinner with them one night. Our channel was nowhere, nothing, and they were more than happy to have me tag along and hang out with them. So, yeah, they're awesome guys. Can't speak highly enough of them. So I really hope we get to catch up with Kyle, because it's been a long time since I've seen him.
I hope Lyle will be there as well.
Well, yeah, Lyle or Kyle, maybe both of them on different nights. But yeah, that could be a lot of fun. Someone said they're psyched for the Computex coverage. What are you expecting? I honestly don't know what to expect at Computex, to be honest. But I am psyched myself to go catch up with all the guys. There'll be some fun content come out of it for sure. In terms of products, announcements, I got no idea. I've got no hints. Yep, Paul's going. Yeah, I'd expect Paul to be there for sure. I might have missed a couple of other comments. Sorry, guys. If we didn't answer your comment, feel free to Yeah, Bitwit is sad. I like seeing him building his mistakes and stuff. Yeah, he's just a fun guy, great personality, so it's a shame that he's not doing it anymore, but he might come back. So, What case is that? Yeah, a few people asked about the case and other bits and pieces. There is a PC Parts liquor? Is it a liquor?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, PC Parts liquor at the top of the video description. Click on that and you'll get a full rundown of all the components used. But it's an MSI case and it's, what has it pronounced against? The Velox 100p airflow. And sorry for not memorising off the top of my head, but yeah. We've got Spatium SSDs, Gaming X-Trio graphics cards, carbon Wi-Fi motherboards. Yeah, liquor. See, Mr. Samboy knows what I'm talking about. His troll on the Verge video is legendary. Man, he's got some great comedy, PC-related comedy stuff on his channel. You go to LTX. Not sure Jared's going, so Jared will be there. As for Balin, Tim and myself, I think we'd like to. We've just got to try and plan everything when we get back because there's a few moving parts there and we've had a lot going on. It's been a crazy year for us so far. But yeah, hopefully we'd like to, but Jared's definitely going. Is 3400 RAM better than 3200 for games? I can't go higher than 3400 on my motherboard. Oh yeah, it's probably a bit better when you're CPU limited, but it's, yeah, we're talking about a maximum of maybe a couple of frames. Of course, things like timings play a bigger role than the 200 difference there, but yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to read two things at once. Is GN going? Computex, I think.
They're going to Computex.
They'll definitely be going to Computex. They'll be very busy, but I'm hoping we can at least catch up with them for a dinner or something, or I don't know, something. Actually, we're pretty much booked out most nights, but we have to catch up with GN for something at some point, so we'll do our best there. I just want GN Steve to visit the Asus booth. I'll film that, guys. I'll get Balin onto it. He'll just sit out. You'll camp out the Asus booth, just waiting.
Wear my camo gear.
Yep. They'll frisbee motherboards at him to keep him at bay. Yeah, GN's definitely going to Computex. There's no way they're missing it. It's just there's no chance. GN will be there with bells on. Did Bitwit lead to Linus committing to step down or what? I can't imagine they're in any way related. But two Steves in one place might make the internet explode. It might. I don't know. It's never happened before, so we wouldn't know.
My middle name is Steven. Does that make me like a 0.5 of a
I
Steve?
did notice a disturbance in the force. Yeah, I wondered what that was, and now it makes sense. Probably not Buildzoid. No, it'd be awesome if Buildzoid was going, but he's probably not going.
Someone asked me what's the recommended budget gaming laptop this year. So it's really hard to say because like I was saying before, the prices are still kind of up there and they've only been out for like 5 months or so. So probably need to give it a bit more time. I just haven't tested a lot of the lower end stuff.
All right, we'll get onto it when you get home.
Yeah.
After Computex, you'll be all over that?
Probably, even if I have to buy it.
What inspired you both to start your amazing channels? Well, thank you very much. You can go first.
So basically for me, well before YouTube even existed, I kind of always liked the idea of just like basically a laptop. Like I would go to like, I think at that time, really only Apple was selling laptops, and I would just go to their site and like put everything at max spec, and I'd have like this ridiculous $15,000 laptop. And this is like 15 years ago, so compared to today, it would be garbage. But I always just thought it was cool that you could even get something that, you know, something like that was portable. It just amazed me when I was younger. And I wanted to make like a written review site at the time, and I didn't know how to get into that, and it was too hard. Long story short, I never did it. And then eventually I kind of just got into YouTube later on and worked out.
Yeah. Cool. Well, mine's a little bit different. Matt basically started the channel. He wanted to make tech videos because I was doing written stuff for TechSpot, and he's like, it'd be really cool to do that videos. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested in doing that. And then we had a bit of back and forth that I won't go into. He decided to make the videos. And then he got to a point where I think the channel had about 40,000 subscribers, and he was like, yeah, not really for me. It was a fun little experiment, but it's a lot of work and I'm not passionate about it or super into it, so I'm just going to stop, basically. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then the channel was basically going to die then and there. And I just decided, well, I'll have a go at this. And then I got addicted to it, found it really fun, interesting. All the viewers we had at the time were really positive and engaging, so that sort of motivated me to get into it. And yeah, the channel sort of grew, and then we brought Tim on board. Now we got Balin, and yeah, it's going pretty good. Jared is Australian. Jared's pretty Australian.
Yeah, no.
Jared's an Australian with extremely dry humour, which is probably most Australians, to be fair. But yeah, he had to do an 8-hour drive to get over here. He'll be leaving tomorrow. So, but we've had fun.
Yeah.
Done some stuff, built some computers, chatted. It's great to see the community here and you guys answering us. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, it's always we always enjoy hanging out for a bit, chatting live, answering questions. Tim and I might do a Q&A series live one time. That'd be fun. And we could have done ours live. It was at an hour, went pretty flawlessly. It was good. But anyway, that'll be up on... We do have Jared and I did a Q&A together, which will be on Jared's channel 1-2 weeks from now, whenever he gets it done. He's got a busy schedule, so you'll try and squeeze it in as soon as you can. But that'll be good. So Jared's channel link is in the video description. So if you want to go check out Jared's channel, do that. We need a Fortnite stream. Tanmay, tomorrow night, Balin, Chris, and I will do a trios Fortnite stream leading up to the RTX 4060 Ti review. So there will be a stream tomorrow night on Gaming Unboxed, just for you, Tanmay. It's going to happen. It'll be big. It's going to be wild. And we might do the night after as well, Balin. Yeah. Balin's pretty keen because we have another embargoed review on the Wednesday night. So back to backs, and we're on top of the content. Big videos coming for you guys, big ones. So should be good. What? No 2 1/4 inch bays? Blasphemy. Yeah, a 5 1/4. Did I say 5 or 2 1/4? 5 1/4. I don't know what I said.
You said 2 1/4.
Yeah, thank you. I meant 5. I corrected myself. It doesn't count.
No.
I'm getting tired.
Floppy disk.
Deleted. Catching the tail end of the stream, that's a bit sad. But you can go back to the start. It won't be live, but it'll be almost live. It'll be close to live. What the hell? Did not know you had a gaming channel. I mean, I kind of don't. It's a silly little channel. We mostly play Fortnite, which is why, you know, it's whatever. We have fun. There's some very funny moments on there. Balin's an absolute blast. Cracks me up. You get a lot of mate.
Yeah, there's a few.
So it's funny, but yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow night on there, the three of us. So it'll be fun. But yeah, I think we'll pretty much wrap this up in a minute because we've been going for... How long have we been going for, Balin?
Hour 50.
Hour 50 is pretty good. Not a bad stream. I thought we'd go for about 2 hours. I was anticipating about, I don't know, half an hour of BIOS issues, but...
It just worked.
It just worked. So, you know, you love to see that. I'm not running back and forth with USB sticks. You watched that stream, didn't you?
Yeah. I was shitposting advice for you.
Thank you. Yeah, you and about 1,000 other people. Cool. Well, I think we'll stop it there, guys. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to those who did super chats. I mean, thanks to just everyone who commented in chat, asked questions, gave encouragement, because Jared and I needed that. Thank you very much. And yeah. You happy?
Yeah.
Jared's happy. So yeah.
I mean, I get an RGB PC.
Yeah, we'll probably fix some of that soon in a minute.
Nothing to complain about.
We've probably got another hour of cable management and getting RGB sorted, but I'll outsource a lot of that to Balin. All right. Thanks, guys. And thanks to MSI for helping out, and we'll see you again next time. Just keep waving. Keep waving.